Great point. At that point, at that juncture, let me bring in China Bar of the Africanist Press. Let me wrap this for we, because you see, these are all the things we run a fetch for. I can't join me now. The powerhouse not heavy with the hits and guys. They are Sierra Leone people don't open up now. Yes, this is about Sierra Leone. If you feel saying APC, you like your APC party. To God, what would they talk? You go listen quietly. You know, shuffle if you don't understand the issues. But my brother China, go ahead and come on in now real quick for we. We don't say this PR system we are concerned. Now they count the NIN, NACRA don't come. The next one with the Fred saying they go bring the PR system. Because if you look at the registration, and people will be pointing this out. When you look at the registration center them, they don't put the constituency system. They only put ward them. They don't put constituencies. Why? When we know say we get constituencies that exist at the time when the president announced the election date, there were constituencies existing, and we go for use them constituency today. My brother, go ahead and come on in.
Yeah, I really appreciate the concern we wanna get, and the concerns that we keep repeating. But make we underline a number of things that the constitutional right of every qualified Sierra Leonean for register, and we could still continue for call on everybody for making them come out and come for the register. Registration not to fet, not to not a good they do you for register you. Now you right for register. And these are the first step, especially after the war, or from 1996 to now, where we encounter a situation we say people they come for register, they get difficulty. And what you make when they talk them, bring out the issues they have to the extent that we should say over $10 million and then being give or nine electoral commission, which they call NEC ECSL. We say they don't use for buy computer. That people know say no to lack of money make we get them slow down. A deliberate thing. It's a deliberate effort, and this effort when they do so, that because they don't want to make kuna vote. They don't know say if they register for vote, it will be difficult for teach the vote during the day of the voting. I mean, they want to make sure say we are not able to vote, because like how everybody say, NCRA and the use of the NIN, get no place in the electoral system as alone. No law, no support that, and the system again, we legal and electoral system not allow for make that thing to happen. So the law in the violate that not going to make people are now discouraged for go, because that's what we could do. They want to make this thing difficult, so we go 1 term, 2 term, 3 term. We say, yeah, make a go with your business. When you do that, you take that decision that's the one. When you do that, that's the one. When you go register, when I continue, because the pressure don't begin, they go to the Electoral Commission and even to Madabio and all, including the opposition politician that we don't want to make Madabio come on power. Then they don't realize that secret bargain, when we don't bargain, and that technique when we want to do for make una not register, we don't know about that. And the more we make una know about that, will be clear. They're not like that. And that making the attack with and the type of talks they will attack them. No, we don't attack them. Any opposition person where they against what they say, the opposition person will be say, it will make Madabio continue in our power. We the opposition simple. If Madabio believes say in the best president, in a talk and do, he don't bring what he say in free quality education, he don't do good pass all the president there. He don't work pass and Eskroma, he don't work pass Tijan Kaba, he don't work pass Momo, Sheikha Stephen, take go to Milty Magai, enough for free election. They're not for making it difficult for them to register. So we'll still call on them and continue to call on them and show reason to the government and international partners and other friends of Sierra Leone for making them help the people of Sierra Leone, making them participate in the electoral process. What thing happen at Salone, not to Salone business no more. It involved the whole world. Most of the money they would use per election. Now, money will belong to the people of Sierra Leone, but also some of our money given to the government of Sierra Leone, either as a loan, as a debt, or as a grant for the conduct of elections. And then money then they again, now other people in your own countries and taxpayers' money. So the young government they get for explain to the young people then the money they when they give to some other countries, how they use them. So that make we can also draw their attention. Say this they happen, oh, this they happen. And everybody want make the world day in peace. They no one crisis in any part of the world. So now that make and this speaks to cash boxing point, where the time for say who should protect the people and their vote. Yes, it's very painful for many people in the Comor, old mommy them, young man them, everybody one vote. They come. So they even bring bench and chair. They sit down, say they want for vote. Yes, they support, they not for be fed. They support for register easy. And they say they remember saying that the first sentence they don't get this difficulty. This is why when I find out say the platform Abraham, Koita, People's Power, and Cashbox they talk say the MPs they don't fail for perform their responsibility. And this failure they fail for perform their responsibility not because they bulldoze them or they don't get power. They make una feel say they don't get power because they want get excuse, another excuse and they make say mother be on some kind devil. Yes, a very incompetent and callous leader, but the opposition in a democracy get responsibility. Me when they talk to us, so in 2012, now we make Salon get clean voter register. We insist on the voter register to the point that when them the register will happen within a radio, within a television, they debate with Alpha Kanu, then debate with all the one they are. They know that. Telecoko, they know that. Where they go Belgium, when they say that they go print the voter ID card in Belgium, we talk say they no go do it for another day. We go for go there, we see Koro one, where we tower, that the UN pay for we for go. 21, APC, everybody, the other they are not sure the name there. Claude Commander, when I be MP, honorable, I think later I be in some kind of whip in a parliament or so. But Claude Commander I represent APC. Panda Noah now, when are the internal affairs minister, when are they all the cause this Nambara Fona. Instead being a part of that delegation, Mr. Benede, we go there, we reach in Belgium. After we don't watch all the registration, we go back for see how they print the voter. Me say, made them pull me on record. More we check the whole database for say double registration all day. We also check me own pull me own registration slip and show them in Belgium. Then pull her. They just type the number. Me with them punch and straight. Me picture everything come at the screen. And then say, if I'm not satisfied, they even ask me for sign. For say, all things don't go well. I say, no, pass the car with the fine and register and return before the sign. Till come out Belgium back with return. I don't even sign the document where everybody will say they will sign. Now, when the fact the team being come out from Belgium again, that is the same way people then come back. Now, Freetown, they return at Freetown and can and do demonstration again at the electoral office now, Wellington area. And that's how we agree. So, okay, now we don't get a registration process and the voters register where we all satisfied with for going to the elections. That's so happy 2012. We the opposition and civil society and take on the media, and then no. In fact, the idea for saying for monitor the registration, let me counter. Let's stop press and talker. Let me tell opposition parties that and they are saying we for do parallel registration in the sense because what I've been seeing. Now Sudan and other places, I've been seeing activists that we work with, we do and they. So let me introduce the idea. I remember what I talk and I stop press. I said, let's say the Abdullah Bali, they all be there. Ngolo Kata, when I think youth commissioner now was head of the
matter of fact, National Elections Watch. For in America, for kind of training program, yeah.
You don't understand? National Elections Watch, now being the header. I remember when we begin to do the first 2 days of the registration, they say the APC will not be comfortable with how we monitor the thing. They make for we debate all SLBC for talk about why we decide for this side by side. We get your own book and pen. We get people that get book and pen. When you come for can register before you go to NEC first. Now we they say what's your name? What's your come out? We they make like say we register them first. When we go to SLBC for talk about why we rationalize that, maybe the part of the panel, in fact, the panel still remember, Logus Koroma, where Anis Koroma be appointed and they as campaign coordinator for APC was part of that process. So the APC don't see how we they make sure say we monitor voting registration process, then see what they do. That's another beginning power. Then see how we insist say we didn't forget a good SLPP be the opposition. The SLPP some of their ideas they were coming from me. Now maybe they speak some of their ideas and the people that remember that on TV and also most people left. But why are they repeat this? Now for telling us say they were a politician where they say they attack them. They just a lie. They are being dishonest. They are being dishonest. This same position where we maintain so, it's not a new position, not a new thing. What to make it don't become an issue where everybody don't become concerned about. Now we get social media, everybody they know about NTR. But number two, that the fact that they no want to make the thing happen the way it's supposed to happen. And they know how it's supposed to happen because you don't see how we've been doing. These are 10 years ago. By now, we don't forget no argument about registration. It will be so easy and smooth for register. But now because Mother BO don't find out to the repeat, say, two things that I want to do. You want to make sure, say, the areas then, that the country where you know, say, people that no go agree for vote for them, for make them people that they not able to register and participate in the election. And that includes Freetown. And when I see why Freetown are an issue, because when I see the problem when don't cost now Freetown. They don't take people that land in Freetown. They don't drive people that from them places, which are in the sell and do market. They don't also some people in the drag, they don't drive and they scatter and they don't kill people in a Pademba Road, Duazak area, all that side and they. You see that now Smilaton, where they near Pademba Road. You see most of the video they will come up from the Duazak area from Smilaton, all that side and they will surround the Pademba Road prison. You see how it's difficult? Because then people and they will witness how presidential guard can execute prisoners, put tear gas and kill people in broad daylight. As they wake super salat, like gunfire and tear gas and trouble. You know, come equator, you know, because you've been there inside and God no more saver. So you see, they want the way they outside, they don't see that. If you say they go easily vote for president, where they do that kind of the way, no, where it happen, they don't even care. The motorcycle Honda, they be the other day.
You know, interestingly, whilst you're talking about the Western area, something where again with the confirm I'm very, very soon and try to forget the two people where like you remember Zainab Mosere where they be appointed wrongly again in the parliament, and we talked about this, we pointed these things out, they were really appointed and the process because like the president began plan. This that in the electoral commission and the Western area. As we they talk right now, so it don't say two people left. Why? It say then two people left, they register beaucoup people left. They had a plan and get plan, just like what you they talk so that the Western area they know that I mean that is not their strong old or whatever. So what they do, like they go put this lady there, and this lady there, right now as they talk to her somewhere two it don't say two registration officer them because they actually register beaucoup people left. They get a plan, just like what you they talk so.
Yeah, I appreciate you bringing that one day. So all of this, you see, all of these reports, they get so. A number of other things, and the fact that in the hot, they slow down the registration. We don't even get these stories of you get people the way you enter for register first. Maybe People's Power will confirm this. If you know, since Indian at the ground. Where you go for they take one small book first and begin writing every day before they take the book now for transfer. That's it that they come. All of that's slowing down the process, or registration centers so they open early and all that here. So back to what I've been saying at the fact that all that side where Mother build and things say people that will likely vote for them, then they slow that the technique and this slowing down the process, introducing difficulties, frustrate people. Voter suppression strategies now French countries and they do French speaking countries, English speaking countries usually they rig elections at the ballot box. But I think they don't become now more innovative in terms of how to do this kind of crook pattern there. So they go only able to succeed for do this if we are discouraged. When I say when I get for when I know they go again for supper for vote. No. In as much as we highlight the problems the world they face, part of the reason why we talk about them and highlight them, so that we will say, once you are aware of a problem, you will not say, once you don't know how somebody want to teach you, you want finger pocket you don't agree my finger pocket, you will hold your pocket tight. That's not the reason we could talk about them, crook pattern there. When we explain to them, we educate them about the thief when they want thief, You say go watch when the thief man not thief you. So that this is the thing. We'll not for argue about registration. The question we would have asked the honorable members of parliament who represent una from their constituencies why they sit down and they allow una for suffer this kind of suffer. Make simple request. Make them tell the NEC or electoral officer they register una. So this call what they call so then in fact that there will not be one way the registration starts and make them problem they are now come on and do. Then make sure say some social media people who can talk about problem, they talk about the registration problem. They know they show live broadcast, AYV, SLBC, they never show live broadcast of people that are lying there where they suffer for register. Then they only can go to the camera where the politician and go there for go register. So because the politician in the back, if you watch, the only people that will not get difficulty that they're honorable, they will go register. You see some of them poster say it's smooth, the small challenges they go on well. So that message, the message of ordinary people that we don't bring out, and that message don't make the world say no. The Electoral Commission for register everybody. We don't even understand say pressure they on they say they're supposed to go to church and now amongst them for register people there. That is the right thing to do. Therefore, extend the period for registration and ensure that each and every voter will qualify for register should be registered. This now the purpose of election. So that means what for say NCRA and NIN, even the members of parliament be don't tell announce to us enough for day part of the election. So the reason why make it now is because they lie. And the need for correct that lie. The need for correct the lie where they don't say. And the most important thing, before I forget, that the fact that yesterday, the Attorney General announced the president not signed into law the Public Elections Act of 2022. So which means at the time when the registration starts, the law will be govern the conduct of the registration. Yeah. That the Public Elections Act of 2012. Yeah. So in effect, there is no provision in the 2012 Act, and even this new one will provide for the use of the NIN as we be hearing from members of parliament say that not inside the law. So now we even take with time now for read this law when we don't pass a formal book, make we see what in the inside and what are the law where the Electoral Commission rely upon for do this. But a number of things we don't highlight. The fact that they introduced the NIN and NACRA illegally into the registration process, the fact that they take over $10 million for use, for buy computer there and generator there, and all the things they did for register, we don't of course don't hear that. Look, voting People's Power say, they provide the generator. All the other community there, that's what they do. So they make us all for buy fear, for make the register. Still the registration officers they cause problem, especially in Freetown and the north and northwest citizens. So this one go to the eyes of the international world and people who are friends of Sierra Leone. All man they wonder why they don't want to register people where the money what they don't do with the money. So the members of parliament get responsibility for answer. This could help the people that get answers to these questions. If the platform people that way they run them now here, Ibrahim Koita, People's Power and Cashbox, they insist on this point. And the right thing that they want to know for noticing are the right questions that they try for make not pay attention to that because they know what make know the truth. And the truth is we want free and fair election. The truth is everybody will qualify for register, supposed to register for vote easy. The truth is no matter you believe say in a good president, enough for free election. So we still call on and encourage you to come out and insist quietly and peacefully. The same way they do now, make una register. As long as we are in the line, they must register una. The world will see una that line they left una. So they not impress upon next for register. Because the responsibility, the only reason we make electoral commission, they have to conduct election. The only reason why they pay their salary, they have to conduct election. Not to big no day inside. That they you rule and responsibility. If they take pay, then get the commission, take this $10 million we didn't go explain for how they don't do it. Why they go talk say we're not for register. So and more information go for come on. We committed for produce more evidence for sure say they no want conduct free and fair election. They want do and they go do and they for suppose for do. We me, on the side of the Africanist Press, our role is to monitor the electoral process for CCA to go on. And we say anybody will go register, we encounter difficulty, we will not make even a system where people report difficulties on the website and the phone number when they send videos. Most of the videos that we posted out came out through that process. Where they'll be surprised and shocked. They don't even want that. When the members of parliament, not be one step, some of them video they have to come on and say that they suffer. But now, we don't. Now, the whole world don't know, say, the voter registration business that's alone. The government and the politicians are not want to make it a good register, and they're supposed to get a good register. So now coming to the proportional representation, if the members of parliament may want to pass this law secretly, we don't bring that to our notice. It causes hala. Say even when they come for register, when we say the NIN not in the law, not can go for the part of the registration process. They don't come find us in a lie. We don't also understand, say there is an effort for introduce the proportional representation system. Force that on the country without without an amendment to the constitution, and that is like the president committing a coup, treason. So why we decide for talk about this in advance, that we could know say that is where they are heading. And the other two in the head for do the candidate exclusion. For talk say any candidate who then think say if we compete against Mother Bill, now if we go for register on all, they don't know if they not succeed for me prevent from for register. If we register any candidate will compete against Mother Bill, when a real candidate will beat her. So they go and forget a full candidate where him go allow and no more say like APC vote, they can change the vote. They announced that that will be in strategy. So which means any opposition leader will not like where no say if you compete the real opposition, then go try for exclude them from the election at the other strategy. And the most important thing is proportional representation, which are the most dangerous one where they were introduced. I mean, remember Abbas Bundubi say it is within the purview of the president, then at the constitution, at two road. You can pass the backyard or you pass the main road. So we they say that backyard road they would not lock up. We don't need somebody for taking new motor and go drive on a gravel road. He left the coal tar road. Possibly we say was cut the motor.
Chino, you make the point like a few moments ago and say the Attorney General announced say the president don't sign the Public Elections Act. And of course, like it means they don't even commit crime. I believe, honestly, after this government, Boku people and they will get for prosecute. And I think that's the way forward to salute. But you they talk now say the PR, now that's the one introduced. You don't feel since even this election act where the president don't sign, where we don't see it, the PR could be part of it.
Yeah, I mean, me no one for be conclusive on that. I like for see.
Yeah, of course. We don't see it.
So definitely, I believe say from now to the end of tomorrow, we go down look the entire document and see whether what it mean at the bill, anything changed from the bill and the final document. Because as a matter of principle, by now the Attorney General's office and Parliament for the request say the act should have been published so that people will see them, because now a law will attract the whole world. The attention we draw to the Public Elections Bill of 2022 was unprecedented in the history of legislation in Sierra Leone, in a way, where the whole world will pay attention to Sierra Leoneans within the country, outside of the country, thanks to the alarm where we raised through this platform. We all collectively in the discussion, we all spearhead, and the campaign where we make for Sierra Leoneans and pay attention. So you'd expect, say, any serious group of politicians, whether they're in the opposition or not, by now, they don't publish make the Public Elections Act of 2022, the president announced it not signed yesterday. They don't publish and make the whole world back see and say, look, Amo, that law when I watch we step by step till we don't make them public. But now pass we harass them again for make them public. Pass we find we own way for make them public. You don't see? This all a part of the dishonesty. This I tell you say, they don't care. They don't know how to take people seriously, because they don't always use this habit of taking Sierra Leoneans for granted. Take say, but I left them, we will then always feel say they get sense personal, they know everything. And not the sense they get now just this corny rabbit business, crook business, corner human business from government. We get for deal with people's lives and public wealth and the future of the whole country. They always make serviceman business plan. So we go for come here with a more concrete discussion regarding the proportional representation. If I can answer that question directly, but we're not for surprise if we wake up tomorrow we can't find out say it is in the act, and at the same time again, Mother Bio decide to do a proclamation. I mean, we don't tell you that for prepare with that now. Say any effort to make that kind of proclamation is a treasonable act. The president will be actually committing national suicide. National suicide. That suicide thing where Abbas Bunu they try for doing a parliament kukujumuku where we not agree. Then say make Mother Bio take the poison cup, poison drink by drinker. That drink they encourage them for do. And you know, and the interesting thing is that most of these politicians they also destroy Anes by Kuruma in smooth running of government. You don't understand? Most of them in the opposition that they also mislead Anes Kuruma in many of the unconstitutional actions the way we've been criticized them for. Now that the very people that are hiding at the shadow, they push Manabi again. Some of them in the opposition, some of them in the ruling party now. Although they are opposition people, one also they push all them dangerous here. They are dangers to APC, dangers to SLPP, and by extension, collateral danger to the people of Sierra Leone, the future of the country. That danger, now in the platform, this danger, collateral danger, national danger, now in Ibrahim Cashbox, communicate and people's power don't they highlight through this platform by calling on Parliament. That danger is hiding in Parliament. It has to be exposed. No matter how difficult it is, if we don't expose her, the trouble we see so now, what we see between 2008 to 2018 and 2018 to now, now I'm playing at the rehearsal, which is why I have no regret. I'm willing to sacrifice my time and sleep for joining Una and Naya for make this message, and so people will continue to get clarity. Not to fight with the call for. With the call for people to be conscious and pay attention to all of the issues where they have bug with country. This sort of say me not care about politics or this. Whether you care about politics or not, politics care about how you do. And the final analysis, what politicians do, it can affect you now. When I look today, I see this video of lawyer Lanson going to the family of Evangelist Samson. You see?
Yeah.
Major loss. Atrocity under the foot and eyes of civilian politicians. Atrocity like that. Murder. Nobody seems to care. Look at the family. Grief. Innocent blood. Why somebody when just talk say things should be, should go. I think it will happen to any one of we. Because now we don't talk about how country for go. Like right now, if Evangelist Samson was alive, I guarantee you now, many of the issues about for the area audio there, say registration difficulty there, registration, because they don't be one that they don't be one social media presence, they don't want media presence who not register. Deliberate. This danger would see so. That the same dangerous people that they mislead and eskuruma and cause the constitutional problems the way you get. Now the same dangerous people in back, they can help Mother Bio for commit this suicide for himself. But we're in at the most, I don't know how to call ourselves, like donkey. So really, we have to be able to bring sense, talk about NTR. In fact, some of NTR when they talk stuff, not to win the people that know more, they can type for help. Now some of them politicians there because most of them don't get good advice back. Then they vex and cause, but they know they are true with the talk. Like it's on a corner, they know they are true with the talk. The same dangerous group of politicians will cause for the constitutional crisis in the country. Will lead to all the trouble they will be look at. Now the same one then, they behind all this or this affair, they have to be exposed. When I know when I say for, they're not to into me the pool. So, and I am so happy for you, let me also tell you thank you, Naya, because the fact of the matter is, you guys have been pressing the right button all the time. We've been a look different side. When I mean, they call your attention to Parliament, say Parliament, parliamentarians, members of Parliament. We've been a field say, make we focus on just how they thief the money at the banks there. And now we can say, oh, we are missing a situation here because the enabling factors. Then at this Parliament, I had a hide. Oh, they will try for pulling a do. Then they mislead you now. The money when they pass spend for make right. Knowing the problem is the solution to the problem. And once we don't identify the problem in full circle, 360 degrees, we don't see a complete one. Wallahi, we don't go tired for call on the problem the same way we would call on the other problems.
Absolutely.
So, but for me, I don't prolong the discussion so much. I hope I don't address some of the issues. As just one for Tankuna for always bringing me to this platform.
Absolutely.
I appreciate being here for the most part because many people, the politicians, the way they try to crook the people, then they always they discourage other people enough for feature my own voice. So I'm so proud for being proud of the work that they do. Very democratic effort. I continue for send the message. I will always make myself available here for participate and help provide clarity as best as I can to this ongoing conversation.
Absolutely.
So at this point, I want for say this is my own message and encourage the people that when I come out for register, we will put pressure for me to get the right thing. We are winning this conversation. We don't win the debate on public policy. Events have proven that the platform is right. When I write, Ibrahim, when I write, Koita, Comrade, Koita and Cashbox and People's Power. History is justifying. You say when I stand on the correct side, on the right side. So it's going to be like that. And we serve there for help provide clarity anytime when I need we and for being involved and participate in this kind of conversation. Thank you very much.
Absolutely.